Hello everybody, I will be showing you how I turned an empty lot into this beautiful cabin with this amazing forest surrounding it. For reference, this is the original lot. It's in Granite Falls, completely empty. I bulldozed it, I got rid of the terrain paint. This is what we started with. So we're just starting with a box. It's a cabin. It's going to be really just kind of a rectangle. If you look at just kind of cabins that are just your standard cabin in the woods, usually they're not much more than a simple rectangle. And I experimented with this kind of thatch roofing from the Island Living pack. I ended up swapping it out, but this is going to stay in the video for a little while. I could not find a good siding for a log cabin. Just was not looking right. I went online, looked at a couple cabins real quick, and I saw a lot of them had kind of a porch in the front, so I tried to mimic that. I do change the porch a little bit in the end, but yeah. So I tried to use mostly Granite Falls pack, mostly things from the Granite Falls pack. The Seasons and Island Living actually have very similar colors and styles to the Granite Falls Outdoor Retreat pack. So I do use Seasons, Outdoor Retreat, and then Island Living. Those are my three packs. So only three. In the end, I believe I use a Salvadorian a jungle adventure item, and then also a cats and dogs item. So you're going to need all 5 of those packs to play this, but you can do without the jungle retreat, or sorry, jungle adventure and cats and dogs. Those are not necessary. So as you can see, I'm still fiddling with the design, the roof, all that stuff. I looked at a couple more cabins online to get some more inspiration, and I did change up that front porch a little bit. As you can see here, I'm already starting that. So yeah, I'm adding a second roof to go over top that little porch. I'm adding in some stairs. They look really nice with that foundation. I don't really like that there is an air space under the stairs, but can't really do anything about that. So now the cabin is really coming together. This is pretty much the final product for the cabin. We have the windows are from Seasons, and then the siding, both types of wall texture are from the Granite Falls Outdoor Retreat pack. And then again, these windows are from the Seasons pack. And as you can see, it's already looking like a wood cabin. Very simple, not much to them. Just logs on the outside, logs on the inside, kind of the same flooring throughout. And then here you can see I use stuff pretty much exclusively from the Outdoor Retreat pack. I really like the furniture in that pack, actually. I don't use it very often, but using it the way it's intended, like in a log cabin, looks really nice. So it's a very well-designed pack, and you probably won't appreciate it if you aren't building things like this, so keep that in mind if you're thinking about purchasing it. Um, I am getting a lot of use out of it, though, for this cabin. It looks very nice here. As you can see, I'm just moving things around. It's a very small space to work with. Not much you can do in here, but I really like the way it came out. Um, I think all the furniture fits really nicely together. As you can see, that fireplace is actually from the Cats and Dogs pack. I forgot that that was in there. So you might want to consider that if you're thinking about downloading this without the Cats and Dogs pack. And I say download, I mean to download it off the gallery. All of my projects and lots and everything, they're all on the gallery. I post a lot of empty shells, stuff like that. And then also I post the completed furnished versions of my shells as well. And my previous 2 videos on my channel are of those shells being furnished. So if you'd like to see those, you can go to my channel. and we are adding. I was thinking about adding this one of these kind of outdoor bathroom toilet things that are in this world, but then I realized there's one over near the campsite, so there's not actually going to be a toilet on the slot. You'd have to walk to the part of the campsite to use it, just like if you had gone to a lot and just plopped down a tent. So here we're just adding more decorations. I'm adding some gardening stuff in the back. These are debug items. I end up using a lot of debug items in this build. Um, so you won't be able to clone them or change the swatches of a lot of the stuff, but I think it makes it look very nice. I was thinking about using the big bonfire from the Island Living Pack instead of the little campfire, but I ended up going with the small campfire because of the way that the log seats actually snap to the grid there, kind of like a regular table and chairs. And then I'm adding in these stumps in a lot of places because it kind of makes it look like that's where the trees used to be, but we cut down those trees to make this log cabin. So I think that gives it kind of an aspect of realism, a little bit of a storyline too, because you can kind of see where those trees came from. So now I go scrolling through pretty much the entire debug menu, just looking for items. You can see these pots and pans I put out. That little water bucket I put next to the shower. It makes a lot of sense because you'd probably have a bucket of water next to your outdoor shower to bring water for the shower. Because my kind of thought process behind this is that there's probably not running water or electricity actually in this house, which I do have some lamps and stuff in the house, and that doesn't really make sense if you don't have power but you still have like floor lamps, but we're just gonna ignore that. Um, so I put in a mailbox to make it an actual functioning lot. I put in, it's a Seasons mailbox. The Seasons pack is really nice, lots of furniture, really good gameplay. I do recommend the Seasons pack. And I'm actually using those leaf piles from the Seasons pack. You can get them in the debug menu, and I'm using it to decorate what will soon be a forest. I'm going to be putting lots of trees, ferns, ground cover, stuff like that in, and I'm actually looking for some of that right now in the debug menu. And I put a fish above the dresser kind of mounted, because it's like, yeah, you went down to the lake, you went fishing, you caught this big fish, you hang it up. So, yeah. And then that little scout guide thing, I believe that's the kind of Boy Scouts thing in The Sims for child and teen Sims. But I thought the guide looked like kind of a cool foresty book, so I plopped it on the dresser. So now I'm getting my debug trees out, these really big Granite Falls trees, and I was putting them around the lot, and I noticed a lot of them were really small. And then I realized all the forests surrounding the lot, they probably sized up the objects. So in a second or two, you'll see me size up a lot of those trees. Just like that. And that original tree that I sized up, it was too big for the lot, and so I sized it down a little bit. I'd be really interested to know how they get those really specific sizes. It kind of seems like in the Sims 3 camera, how you can rotate objects to a really specific degree. I feel like they do something like that to size them up to a specific degree, but I don't think that's accessible for regular simmers. I would love to do that though. So we're just adding ground cover, ferns, stuff like that. The ground cover that I do use is actually from the Jungle Adventures pack, so it doesn't perfectly match the forest around it, but I think it still looks really nice. So I went looking for the actual terrain paint that they use in the forest, and I found it. And so we're just making this lot really blend in with its surroundings, so it doesn't actually look like a lot, is kind of the, that's kind of my intentions here, to make it look like it's not actually a lot, but you're just kind of part of the forest. And I think that actually turned out really well. So I do move a lot of this stuff in closer within the lot so that there's no really harsh straight lines once you're actually in live mode. For those of you who don't know, who don't play The Sims, that big white rectangle around the lot, that disappears when you're actually playing with Sims there. And so the whole lot blends in really well once you're actually in live mode. And now I'm adding these decorative rocks around. I rarely ever use these, but they're actually really helpful for landscaping, other stuff like that. And I think it really helps this forest blend in because to get this forest to match its surroundings, I really just zoomed out and looked at what they did in the original forest. And I saw there were a lot of rocks, so I added rocks on my lot. So I'm moving stumps around, adding a couple more stumps just to make it look even more realistic. I'm adding this little trash can, and that is pretty much the end of the build. So this is just a little tour, just a little fly through. This is the lot. There's that little campfire there, and the outdoor bathroom type of thing, some gardening stuff, the little trash can, and a mailbox. And now we will be going inside. I will show you the inside. It's really simple furnishings, just bed, TV, little chess table actually, some clutter on the dresser. It's a really simple lot, really nice, perfect for just one sim. It'd be a ton of fun to actually play on this lot. Alright, thank you for watching. I will see you again next time.